Let's bring in another guest who has been here before. Austin Mayor Steve Adler was here last time talking about how you successfully lured big tech to Austin. We want an update on that. But I got to ask you, the headlines we're seeing after what happened Wednesday in Washington, government officials, people who devote their lives to public service, are being threatened by mobs. And I'm just curious, how do you ensure security for your staff, say, in Austin? You also got the State House in Texas there. What's the picture like?
Well, I think the pictures we all saw were pretty scary, and how rapidly that condition and situation developed the way that it did. There's obviously got to be the review of what happened there, but it was a pretty significant collapse and failure. I think the important thing is to be prepared and to not minimize potential risks, to recognize that things can accelerate quickly, and to take seriously the fact that we're in a strange period of time right now where emotions are running real high, and with the inauguration that's coming up, with the messaging that was coming out of the White House, and coming from other elected officials, with what we see on social media and the trafficking, this is a time for everyone to be prepared and on alert.
Hey, Mayor, I'm curious because it is very important for people to be prepared and to be on alert. But I'm curious just what the scene was like in Austin, in Texas on Wednesday, or what it's been like over the past couple of days. Have you been able to keep the crowd or the number of protesters under control?
We have here, and certainly Austin is the capital of the state of Texas, was one of the anticipated points for folks to rally. We probably had about several hundred people that gathered out in front of the state capitol. Our state capitol, Department of Public Safety, had closed down the Capitol grounds, so you couldn't get anywhere near as close to the Texas state capitol as people did to the U.S. Capitol in Washington. They were kept at a distance. It was a peaceful demonstration, and we're fortunate and appreciate that. And I hope that if we have more of those, that we have the same kind of experience, and we'll just stay prepared, certainly through the inauguration.
Later this spring, there is South by Southwest. I believe one of the statistics I saw that your city actually gets something like $350 million economic boost from all of the big tech that attends. Do you know, given where we are in the pandemic, what it will look like this year, and is it going to cut into that kind of boost your city gets?
I think everybody's expectation was that while we hope the vaccine is well on its way in March, when South by is traditionally held, that we would not be ready, nor would any city in the country be ready to do the kind of event that South by Southwest is in person. So we have a lot of people now that are going to participate. I'll participate in South by, but it's going to be a more virtual event this year in the spring. And it should still be wonderful, but it'll certainly be different. I am anxious for the day when we can get everybody together again, not only for the South by events, but for the music and people gathering in this city the way that we used to. I'm encouraged with the vaccine that's going out now, but it won't be ready in March.
Well, Mayor, I want to ask you a little bit more about the pandemic and what you're seeing in your city, because I was reading Dr. Mark Escott, he's with Austin Public Health. He was saying that the Austin area could run out of their ICU beds by January 15th. That's less than a week, or just around a week from right now. How are you addressing this, and are you considering more drastic measures in order to flatten the curve?
We're in a crisis situation right now in Austin, and we're among the cities that we're able to keep the numbers down low. We have one of the lowest mortality rates in the country, but I am real concerned with the spike that we're seeing now, a spike that probably began to get initiated over the 4-day Thanksgiving holiday. But then with the Christmas bump on top of that, and then with a New Year's Eve bump on top of that, we're seeing unprecedented numbers. So yes, we anticipate that we could be running out of ICU beds. We're about to stand up an auxiliary facility to provide some relief. We're making pretty urgent appeals to our community to wear masks whenever they're out of their homes, to limit contact with other folks. We tried to impose greater restrictions in our city. The governor took us to court and stopped us over the New Year's Eve holiday. We're looking at everything that we can do to try to keep people safe and to save lives.
Mayor Steve Adler of Austin, Texas, our thanks to you for joining today.
Thank you.